Good evening. This is Johnny live with Johnny. We'll get started here in just a second. Definitely not the intended. So we'll get started here in just a second. Angie's another dope. Thank you, Angie. Fine young lady. It looks like somebody already shared it. I don't know. But if you did, I definitely appreciate that. I'm going to share it one time because I started off kind of funky. We'll get started here in a second. Let me make my notes. Okay. So, without further delay, we'll get started. How's everybody doing this evening? Or whatever time you watch it. It could be during the day, but as of right now, it's in the evening. And it's the weekend. So it's really awkward that I picked today to talk about. Well, maybe it makes sense. But it's kind of awkward that I picked today to talk about being sober, which meaning stop smoking weed. What would be a reason to stop smoking weed? Why would I want to stop smoking weed? It feels good. Being high feels good. There's no question about that. To stop smoking weed, why would I want to stop? Okay, it sounds good. But you guys can comment too. I'm gonna put on here, leave a comment. So somebody asked, why would I stop smoking weed? Like, it's not even expensive. It's cool. I look good. I feel good. I'm just gonna name off a few reasons why I would stop smoking weed, which I'm gonna try it again to do. It's that your ambition. Like, you may be really trying to do something to get something accomplished, and smoking weed may make you be like, man, I'm gonna chill. I'm not gonna get that done. I do that a lot. Like, I really supposed to be in the studio a lot, but smoking weed may make you feel like it don't have to be accomplished. It does not a rush thing. So that may be a negative effect of smoking weed. Secondly, health-wise, you know, with whatever you're smoking tobacco, you're still putting some form of leaf tobacco in your body, depending on how you smoke the weed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think there's a direct boom. Smoking weed bad, smoking gonna kill you. None of that. But long-term effects, you may lose your memory, because I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes stuff be real gapped from here to here. And I don't know if that's because I'm getting older or is it because of the effect of the weed. So those are things we gotta look at. All right. I got this video, as you can see. We're gonna take a look at this video because this dude makes a great, I'm not sure to say argument, but he talks about the effects of what happens when you stop smoking weed. And I was like, damn, that's kind of cool. And he uses it in a way like cartoons and stuff like that to make it entertaining. So we're gonna check it out, and I really want y'all to pay attention. And then I'm gonna do some talking maybe in between it. But then we'll come back and we'll talk about it, all right? So I'm on.
Americans use marijuana. And right now, 55 million Americans use marijuana. And in Canada, marijuana dispensaries are popping up everywhere like they're Tim Hortons for weed. And I in Toronto can even order these whittled THC drinks delivered to my front door from the Canadian government. Thanks, Justin. Weed is being pitched to us as kind of amazing, right? Well, a recent survey found that 4.3% of Americans have tried to quit marijuana at least 6 times and failed. Plus, now withdrawal symptoms are being fully understood. So today we are going to explain exactly what happens to your body when you try to quit weed. Day 1 to 2 of quitting is when withdrawal symptoms start. A meta-analysis of over 23,000 people found that 47% had at least 3 of the following withdrawal symptoms: nausea, headaches, depressed mood, difficulty getting to sleep, sweating, anger, nervousness, decreased appetite, and strange dreams. Ding! Now, the risk of withdrawal symptoms is proportional to the amount of marijuana you've been consuming. For example, someone who consumed marijuana 3 times a week would likely have less withdrawal symptoms than someone who consumed marijuana every day. Day 3 of quitting is when irritability and anxiety peak. Thankfully, they begin to dissipate in the coming days, but on the other hand, the strange dreams and difficulty getting to sleep only begin to increase on day 3. This information has led to new research suggesting that chronic cannabis users may induce intrinsic sleep problems. Around day 4 of quitting is when the amazing physiological changes in your...
See, those are things like you might not know off the top, or you might not think about, but it can help. It can fuck up your dreams and your
brain start to occur. Marijuana contains molecules which mimic natural neurotransmitters that are already in your brain called cannabinoids. At baseline, cannabinoids circulate at lower quantities in your body, but when you ingest marijuana, you create an influx of cannabinoids into your system, most specifically an increase in the psychoactive component THC, aka delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol, which is what I like to call it. THC is for noobs. When I see someone with an edible, I say, how much delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol got in there, bud? The THC you've consumed while getting stoned resembles the natural neurotransmitter anandamide and creates increased neuronal activity in certain parts of your brain, which cause thoughts, imagination, and perception to magnify. The THC binding to your neurons also affects dopamine and norepinephrine levels in the body, which can lead to euphoria, pain modulation, and anxiety. But the thing is, as you continue to consume weed, it becomes harder to quit. You start to create a desensitization and down-regulation of your endocannabinoid receptors, specifically the CB1 receptor. Since this receptor modulates systems of short-term memory, increased cannabis use means a decrease in short-term memory. THC also affects neurons involved in the experience of novelty. When THC binds specific neurons, the influx creates an exciting sense of novelty, even for mundane, repetitive tasks.
Hold on. What did I just say? Like, it fucks with your memory, your short-term memory. That's crazy.
And down-regulation of your endocannabinoid receptors, specifically the CB1 receptor. Since this receptor modulates systems of short-term memory, increased cannabis use means a decrease in short-term memory. THC also affects neurons involved in the experience of novelty. When THC binds specific neurons, the influx creates an exciting sense of novelty, even for mundane, repetitive tasks like washing dishes. It's why you might get stoned and walk down your same street and feel like everything is heightened. It's like, wow, is everything in bloom. It's the middle of winter. But regular cannabis use leads to the downregulation of these same neurons, making it harder to quit and making it harder to feel the bliss of a new experience while sober. After too much weed, you might go to Paris for the first time and see the Eiffel Tower and be like, that's it? Is it a lighthouse? Oh, it's pointless. Okay, cool. Should we go up it? No, let's not go up it. We should just go home. But thankfully, on day 4 of quitting marijuana, the CB1 cannabinoid receptors will likely have returned to normal functioning. Essentially, it only takes around 4 days of quitting marijuana for the neuronal changes in your
4
brain
days.
to
That's
go
all you gotta
back
do.
to
4
baseline.
days.
Now, this is new research, and I think it is important that we continue to study this, especially as the popularity of weed skyrockets. We need lots of long-term evidence about how this could be affecting our brains. I am focusing on how the THC affects the systems in your body. How you get that THC into you might involve smoking, and the act of smoking could have lasting effects on your lungs. But there is actually a specific way that the THC in your system can have longer impacts on your neurology in your brain. If you consume too much marijuana during development, such as in adolescence, you can create long-term neurophysiological effects.
Kids.
So yeah, I started smoking weed in grade 10, which by definition is adolescence, so whoopsies. As a closeted gay kid in a high school with no other gay kids, I was sort of drawn to that stoner skater crowd.
Well, we ain't no gay, so we got enough of you. But to hear what he had to say, like that's crazy. Let's get rid of him too, by the way. Y'all, that's eye-opening. It's really, let me see, I'm sorry. Okay. That's really eye-opening to hear those type of accusations and things like that. Some of the things that we heard about was sleeping. It could fuck up your sleeping pattern. And then as you get older, obviously you need to sleep. So for those of you who trying to lose weight and things like that, nah, that definitely would not be a good thing. I'm sorry, hold on, let me see. So just think, so I don't know why I can't get this thing right. So if you try to lose weight, because all your body, that's how your body works. Everything works to, kind of in conjunction with everything. Okay. Let's say that. So if you're trying to lose weight, in order to lose weight, you're supposed to get good sleep. That's like a key component of losing weight is getting good sleep. But because you're smoking, you're not able to get to sleep. So you're not losing weight. You feel what I'm saying? Short-term memory. Say you I know, because sometimes we'd be like, we got to study for a test and something like that. And sometimes, like, I felt like smoking weed made me better to study. So it's like, I don't know. I kind of go back and forth with that one. But what I do know, though, is for long-term memory or remembering little things that people be like, yo, and remember this, remember that, and all this and all that. There's some things, some details, like I can't, you know what I'm saying? Grasp that happened, that happened, you know what I'm saying? And smoking a lot of weed, at a young age. So I don't know. Tell me what y'all think about that. We are on YouTube, we're on Facebook, and we're on Twitch. I just hit 100 views on YouTube in a day. So big ups to that. We definitely gonna do more, and we're growing our audience. So with that being said, thanks every platform out there that's fucking with me. And I'm gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for watching. My name is Johnny, and this is Live with Johnny. We out.